Welcome to the Mind of Basketball Podcast, also known as M.O.B podcast. I'm Evan.
And I'm Ja.
And this is our basketball podcast where we recap, break down, and analyze players and teams from the previous games from the previous day. How are you the start of the week, Ja? Monday afternoon?
I'm cool. How you been, Evan?
I'm good. Monday doing good for you so far?
I really don't like Mondays. And the crazy thing
nobody likes Mondays.
You want to know the crazy thing is?
What?
I was born on a Monday.
Maybe that's why you hate yourself.
Yeah, damn right. That's what makes it more embarrassing. But yeah, I'm fine. I can survive.
That's good, as long as you can.
Yeah.
That's all that we ask for. All right. Stop. Don't do that. What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, my bad.
Got more problems than LeBron haters. But don't do that. I hope everyone's having a good Monday. I hope everyone have a good Monday, start of the weeks. Hope you can get through it and get to it. As for us, basketball stuff as usual. So we're gonna jump right into it with the first primetime game, and the only primetime game. We'll get into that later. That we'll be talking about, which happened to feature the Detroit Pistons and the Utah Jazz. And this was a good competitive game. D-Rose did not play for the Pistons, but that did not stop them from being competitive and keeping this game close up until the fourth quarter hit. And then the Jazz was able to pull away because they proved that they are indeed the better team and a playoff team. So let me get your thoughts on this game, Ja.
Well, just like what you said, it was a competitive game. Utah had it going in the first half. Like everything was just going their way. In that first half, they were just playing what you usually see offensively the Utah Jazz play. And throughout the totality of this whole game, Donovan Mitchell was cooking. He had it going.
Yeah.
He was just getting bucket after bucket after bucket. But that's what we expect from him. He got a new contract. He just got a contract, right?
Mitchell, 205 million.
Yeah, so he just got a contract. I expect him to
go
go up with this.
Why you didn't talk about him going off? What happened?
Well, I don't expect in terms of his point production, yeah, you want him to do more, but do you really expect that from somebody like Gobert?
Some people would say, if I can express it, some people might say that if you're getting paid that much money, you should be putting up more than 4 points.
Well, yeah, but it depends on your value to the team. The Utah Jazz are a playoff team. People look at them as dark horses for champions. And Rudy Gobert is their anchor defensively. We all know that he's a defensive guy. Nobody's focused on his offense really that well. I'm not saying they're not focused, but nobody tends for him to put up 15 plus a game each and every night. And there's no disrespect to him. I'm not saying he can do, he probably can, but nobody looks at him to do that. That's more Donovan Mitchell to put up 25 a night. You know what I mean? So that's the reason I'm saying you people are talking about that, but I'm just he's an anchor defensively. His value to the team is defense only. No, command the paint and make the other players better on the defensive end with your impact. So I don't focus on him putting up 15 a night.
And that was a great explanation to why he's getting paid $205 million a year, for all the people that are wondering, all the people that are hating or confused as to why he's getting paid that much. That, how you just put it, is beautifully explained.
Thanks.
Keep going on with what you were saying about Donovan and the Jazz.
But I expect Donovan Mitchell to come out and cook, and he had it going. But then the second half hit, and if you watched Detroit's games before, I know they have been horrendous, so you probably haven't. But if you had your opportunity to say, I'm bored,
the bad boys.
But if you wanted the opportunity to say, hey, I'm bored, so might as well just watch whatever's on TV in terms of games, and you pop up and you see the Detroit Pistons, you could see how in the games in which they have been competitive, they've made some kind of comeback, whether win or lose. They have made some kind of comeback, and that's what they did. They were sticking up with the Utah Jazz in the second half. And you said it many times before when it came to talking about the Pistons, Jeremy Grant is if this team was winning, he's having an all-star caliber year. He's been
Yeah,
bucket after bucket after bucket, and he's been doing it well on the defensive end too. But yet, since he's not in a predicament of a winning situation, basically he's going to get what Devin Booker used to have, which is the empty stats on a bad team.
same with Bradley Beal.
Same with Bradley Beal, and same with many others. I just can't name them right now because I can't remember them off the top of my head right now.
Mhm.
And also, just one more thing, I just need Blake to do more.
Mm. I agree with you. But when you mean do more, you mean you carry the whole damn team. I know
Look, at
there's always some.
I can understand that Jeremy Grant has now taken over as the scoring load, like their leading scorer. He took that away from Blake, but Blake is still Blake. And we've seen how much he has developed in terms of his skill set. Even though we have seen flashes of it before, we're now seeing it fully. And he has developed a three ball. I expect Blake to be putting up 20 a night. He's only putting up 15 a night. And I know that's not that much to expect, but again, for a dude who has been an all-star who has put up numbers like this before, and I know you've been through injuries, but you have developed your game into a point where you don't have to depend on athleticism anymore. So getting 20 in different ways shouldn't be difficult for you. You was an all-star just 2 seasons ago, over the fact that you developed like that. Why can't you do it? Why can't you do it this time around? Grow that beard out again. That's all I gotta say. Grow the beard out again, because that's the only way you was balling.
You going to your rant about Blake Griffin?
Yeah. My bad. I didn't mean to go into a little rant, but I'm just saying.
No. You good. I mean, in terms of your analysis about the game and Jeremy Grant and Griffin and Gobert and Mitchell, I mean, I agree with everything you said. I mean, there's nothing much else for me to say. Really. I mean, yeah, like I said, Jeremy Grant has been balling out, and I really like how he stepped up his game, even if he's on a bad team right now. Blake Griffin does need to do more. I really feel like he does need to do more, like return back to that all-star level. I mean, you was an all-star in a tougher conference, and now you're not playing up to that caliber as you once was in a weaker conference, even though the East is better than it was a few years ago. But yeah, it's just gonna leave it at that. Surprised by the competitiveness in the play from the Pistons, but as you broke down, they've been competitive mostly for the entire season. They just aren't a good team.
Yeah.
But they fight hard and they play hard. But however, the Jazz proved that they're the better team and they were able to win this game because of that.
Yeah.
All right. I did say that that was the first and only primetime game we were talking about because the scheduled primetime game that we were supposed to be talking about, which was the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics, got postponed due to Miami Heat not having enough players to be eligible to play.
Yeah.
They were supposed to have 8 players and they weren't. And it's funny because just 2 nights ago, the Sixers were forced to scramble and try to get 8 players. I mean, they didn't even have 8 players. They had Mike Scott, who was injured, and they just said, "Oh, we just gonna suit him up, acting like he's gonna play," but he never got into the game.
Yeah, he never did. No.
So I don't why does the Miami Heat get postponed, but the Sixers would have forfeited?
That's all good.
Unless I'm thinking about it wrong.
Like, all I can really say is I don't know. Again, this whole COVID situation got everything messed up. I don't know what's going on, but the league has to make some kind of regulations and stuff to try to make sure nothing gets crazy or anything. So I think that's probably the reason. But I don't know how, because each team is supposed to have 12 to 15 players, right? I don't know how each team is supposed to have 12 to 15 players, and yet talking about you got to meet the requirement of 8. Like, how's only 8? How's only 7, 8 players on the team? Like, how many people are you resting then or something? Then what about those other 4? Do those other 4 have like COVID
Talking about the Heat?
No, I'm just talking about NBA. I'm just talking about the NBA in general. In teams like this that have situations like this, like the Sixers and
Heat.
Like you're supposed to oh man, if it's supposed to be 12 to 15, then you're supposed to have extra players available though, at least.
Yeah.
But I can understand the Sixers situation because Seth Curry did catch COVID and Joel Embiid. I think one of them was rest, right?
I think so.
If one of them was rest, it's just like you're playing against the Nuggets, and like they like your championship contending team. You could possibly meet them in the finals. It's like why are you resting? But hey.
Well, I think some of them were also hurt as well. I guess I have to go back. Might have to go back and check it when we're after this.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how they were forced to play in the Heat. You're like, you know what? You don't get a pat on the back, son. The game's gonna be postponed. You have another chance again, okay? But you have to play. It's like the Sixers. The Sixers are the big brothers. Miami Heat is the little brother, and that's how the NBA commissioned it. I don't understand that. I don't know why. They both either should have been forfeited, or they both either should have postponed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially that Sixers game, because again, Steph Curry got COVID and he got positive at the last moment.
Mm-hmm.
So that game shot never happened in the first place, because you just don't know who already has it at that point.
Well, I guess the league said, "Well, fuck the Sixers." I guess that's really what it was about. But nonetheless, even though the Sixers were forced to play, they still came out and played hard.
Mm-hmm.
And, they played with a competitive edge and hustled and had a whole bunch of energy, and they really tried to win the game. And I was really happy to see that, even though they didn't play last night. But I'm just glad, at least one team in Pennsylvania is trying to win.
Yeah. Look, bro, I don't know nothing about football, man.
Shout out to Cleveland. With that being said, we'll leave off on the Miami Heat Celtics postponed game. We don't know when it will be played as of this recording, but we will have further information down the road. So, all right. Was there any other games? Well, there was other games. Anything that you want to talk about specifically? Anything that you want to go over? I know there is, so let you take the floor.
All I gotta say is my player to look out for. He's been doing mighty well. Like, you know what I mean? Let's just talk about it.
The loss. Another player. Why is everybody dropping 40 and 50 and losing?
Okay, I could kind of expect this one a little bit, because again, they're going to go. Okay, I know they're mediocrity at times, but this is the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, who also balled out in this game. So
yes, they did. Yes, they did.
This Bulls versus Clippers game was a classic. Even though it was a regular season game, it was really fun to watch close till the end. You know what I mean? And another bright spot is also somebody who you expect this from, but yet sometimes was sluggish. Lou Williams. Lou Williams had a really good game coming off the bench. He was balling out. But Zach LaVine, I think he hit like 9-10 threes, finished with like 45 for the game. It's just like, again, he's showing superstar status right here. He's showing a rising from an all-star to a superstar status. He better make the all-star team if it's happening. That's all I got.
All-star. I think the all-star teams are happening. I don't think the all-star game is happening.
Okay, it's whatever. As long as he gets if he keeps up this, because he's been playing at an all-star level since last season, and he's not getting no kind of recognition for it yet. He's not getting no recognition for being one of the best young talents in the game. People always kind of overlook them because
because MJ and Pippen are on that team. That's why.
What happened? I know Derrick Rose, he lost his legs and he went somewhere else, and then other things like that happened. But no, stop. He is a star in this league, and he needs to get acknowledged more for it, especially putting up numbers like this.
Well, I'm 100% in agreement with you. Yeah, he is a star in this league, or at least a rising superstar in this league, and he's been balling out for the past year now, and no one notices because once again he's playing on a bad team.
Yeah, Markin is not playing.
I mean, even when he was playing, it felt like he wasn't playing. So, I mean, really, Markin is not playing, I guess, but he hasn't been playing.
He's disappointed me, man. I swear.
Maybe we can get it together. But yeah, this was a really good game. It was really fun to watch. Zach LaVine balling out. Paul George and Kawhi and Lou really the key to this win for the Clippers. Otherwise, they was about to get torched by Zach in this loss. But yeah, this is all around good game.
Yeah.
A close competitive game for the Bulls, and a close win for the Clippers.
Yeah.
All right, anything else that you wanted to go over?
Well, Nets versus Thunder, I did not know, but KD returned, and he was looking nice in those throwback New Jersey Nets threat. Well, Brooklyn, but New Jersey Nets threads, and he balled out, had 36 and 11, but the score, let's not bring that up.
Well, 129 and 116. They lost to the Thunder.
Yeah, they lost to the Thunder. Well, the Thunder are under the radar team.
That's
right
what KD get for leaving. I'll be lose to them like in 10 consecutive games or something like that. But yeah, keep going. Yeah, the Thunder have been playing well. I think that's where he was heading.
Yeah, underrated team. They're playing well, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's also on the rise. He's one of the rising stars in this league. He balled out. I think he had like 30 himself. He's been talented, and if you watch his rookie season, you could see flashes of it. And then the moment he came to OKC, you saw more. He was just put on all display, especially playing alongside CP3. You expected this from him in a way. So just keep doing your thing, OKC. Y'all look nice.
Yeah, keep doing your thing. I mean, OKC always competes no matter what. No matter all the doubters.
Mm-hmm.
Remember last year, everybody they had no chance of making it to the playoffs.
What they said, 0.2?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, and yet that team led by CP3 and Dennis Schroeder and SGA, they went to a high seed, and they just lost in the first round in 7.
Exactly.
So the Thunder always competes no matter who's on the team, and this is just nonetheless. This is the what you call the culture that Sam Presti has built for them. The culture that always compete and always try no matter what, up until you finally reach the top and then you lose just to go back to the bottom, and then reach the top again to lose and go back to the bottom, and then reach almost to the top again and then lose, go back to the bottom,
and then get some draft picks.
Yeah, and then draft 2 of the 3 of the greatest players that we've ever seen in the past decade, and then never win a championship.
All right.
What? I thought I was just rambling. My fault. I didn't mean to do all that. Yeah, but shout out to the Thunder and all their draft picks. Most of them are in middle school right now, but they gotta use those draft picks. Best believe that they gotta use those draft picks. Best believe that.
I don't expect them to trade those away ever.
Oh yeah, we'll see. Anything else you would like to talk about?
No.
All right.
I don't got anything else.
Yeah, you don't want to get slapped by DeMarcus Cousins?
Well, well, we both had the Lakers winning that game, and that's what they did. Anthony Davis had a good game. He balled out. And DeMarcus
another chill game by LeBron. Put up the footage. Please put up that footage of that pass that he threw to KCP. Oh my God, that was one of the greatest passes I've ever seen. It was
that was
non-dominant hand, just across the court, through defenders and all that to get us to KCP. Just beautiful.
Would you say the camera couldn't even catch it on time?
Yeah, the camera couldn't even catch it on time. LeBron passed it. Next thing you know, KCP's dribbling the ball.
Yeah,
it was crazy. But yeah. Let's talk about Cousins real quick. I mean, is this man ever gonna play a full game? Is he ever gonna get to 25 minutes? Because I know they're not playing him as much, even when he does play a full game. They're not playing him as much.
Yeah, because of Christian Wood, but I don't. Okay, half of it is on him this time, but I think it's just also people just probably not wanting to deal with him anyways.
Markieff Morris.
Well, yeah, what Markieff Morris did, he did push him. He did push Jason Tate, and DeMarcus Cousins being who he is, he defended his teammate. Markieff Morris thought he could push him, and then Cousins was just like this. He was like a wall. It was just what are you doing?
I'm surprised Cousins didn't get back at him.
Yeah,
I'm glad he didn't. But then next thing you know, he just slaps LeBron in his face.
Well, that wasn't intentional.
I know. It was
Yeah.
unintentional, yeah. But
If anybody who saw that play could obviously tell it wasn't intentional, but I guess the NBA being so like
I think it
soft
was
like farming.
anybody else that would have been a flagrant one.
Yeah,
Since
but
that
look
was
at
him, it was a flagrant too because of
but
his
yeah,
history.
since he's so tough and people are soft like Charmin, then the NBA has to call that flagrant too. What?
This is what I have to deal with every day. Soft like Charmin.
Hey,
Not sponsored, by the way.
hey, I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Too much calls. Too much calls. Too much we complained about this all last year.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, soft like Charmin.
All right. I think that does it. The Raptors lost. But yeah, I think that does it. I just wanted to put that out there. The Raptors lost again. A close game though.
Yeah.
It was competing against the Warriors, and Mile P, he got a little spicy.
He got a little spicy, but Jurassic Park still turned into Barney Land, so it don't matter.
But shout out to the Warriors. Now, I mean, they had that bad start. Now they're 6-4 and playing really good basketball. I love to see it. Yeah, I hate to see it. Curry haters hate to see it, but I love to see it. I love to see it.
Well, they're in the playoff race now, and it's all because he's the main reason. He's the main reason. He's not the only reason, but he's the main reason. So,
yep,
the best point guard in the league.
All right. Prediction. So our predictions were messed up.
Novices.
Yeah, novices we are. If you are caught updated on this channel, we had accidentally did our predictions for tonight's games on last night's podcast. Then we had to scramble and make a video to do last night's predictions. So I think we would put our predictions here.
So if you guys do not remember what we said in last episode when we made the prediction mistake, I'm basically going to use that part of the footage and put it up here so you guys can see the predictions that we have made.
So it should be here now. All right. As always, now it's time for tonight's predictions. You know, we do rapid fire like we always do. So let's go right into it. All right. First off, the Knicks or the Hornets?
Hornets.
That's not a bad pick, but I got the Knicks. I think they could bounce back. The Grizzlies or the Cavaliers?
Grizzlies. No, I mean Cavs. Sorry.
Yeah, I got the Cavs. The Bucks or the Magic?
Bucks.
The Suns or the Wizards?
Wizards.
You got the Wizards?
I'm going to choose them.
Okay. When Devin Booker drop 80, we'll see. I got the Suns. 76ers or the Hawks? I don't know. As of this recording, we don't know the status of the 76ers right now. So
Hawks. Because the 76ers might have like 6 players playing.
Yeah, as of right now, I got the Hawks. The first primetime game that we'll be talking about, and the only primetime game we'll be talking about, features the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Dallas Mavericks. Who do you have?
Pelicans, because they need a bounce back win after what happened last time.
Well, I got the Mavs because the momentum is swinging their way.
Yeah.
The Raptors or the Trailblazers?
Blazers.
The Blazers. And lastly, the Pacers or the Kings?
Pacers.
I got the Kings.
The Kings fell off. I don't know. They started.
Yeah, I'm hoping this game they can bounce back.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it might go downward spiral, as you know they are the Kings of ineptitude. So, but I still have some little faith in them.
Yeah.
Unlike the Raptors. All right, so with our predictions being done, I think it's time to wrap things up. Any final thoughts?
Real quickly, because I did say I was supposed to emphasize it more in this episode, and I will. But the Wizards, I feel like if they want to have some shot at getting back to winning ways this season, Westbrook is going to have to do less about needing to do everything else on the court, or he can still do his thing, but yet he's going to have to be right alongside Bradley Beal, putting up 30 or 40 a night. Because let's just be honest, as talented as this team is offensively, and as competitive they are, because they showed us that in the Miami Heat game, and many other games before that, even with Bradley Beal and Westbrook playing on the floor. They're not ready. They're just not. They're just not. They're just not there yet. And I feel like when Westbrook is having a really good scoring game, he's highly impactful in that way. We saw how he could do, how impactful he could be when he put up triple doubles. Yes, and how like that led to his team winning. Because let's be honest, when he wasn't in OKC, that happened. But yet, it's not going the same way this time. And they're in a weaker conference compared to what the West is. If he could put up more scoring numbers, it's because he's averaging, how much is he averaging, like 17, 18 right now?
I
Even though
believe so.
even though
Yeah,
he's
I'll
averaging
check
triple
it up
double,
just real quick.
yeah, even though he's averaging a triple double this season, it's just like, it's just not going to do. You have to
He's
be.
averaging 19.
He's averaging 19. Okay, that's good, but that's not what's Westbrook standards in terms of scoring. He has to be pulling up right alongside Bradley Beal 25 a night, 25 plus a night, if this team wants a chance. But that's
So then
all.
you want his assist numbers going down.
Well, it's hard, right? Because I don't want anything going down, because I feel like his production rate is already so good. But it's just like, you got to sacrifice. I was just like, I know you want to find open teammates and everything and help everybody get involved. But I was like, again, you're the main guy, who you're the second catalyst on the team that keeps this team going. You're one of the engines. I need you to put up more in the scoring production, because not everybody on this team could score at the rate that you can. And not everybody can stop you in the league. And when that happens, it opens up, because scoring is the main aspect of the game. It's the main aspect of the game. So that's all I want to say on that.
All right. I'll let the viewers take whatever they want from that discussion that you had about Russ. I agree. I understand your point about what you're saying about Russ. I just have to see how him scoring, that much has an effect on the team. But all right. For all that being said, in that discussion about Russell Westbrook, thank you guys for watching today's pod. Make sure you tune into tomorrow's podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, and my bad. And follow our IG down in the description below.
You have the link down in the description below. And once again, I am Evan.
I'm Ja.
And this was the Mind of Basketball podcast.